I grew up, struggling with pornography, being exposed at a young age. And it was kind of like my security blanket. It's the only thing that I really knew.
I guess it was my junior year I was molested by my music minister.
I was by myself a lot, and I struggled with loneliness, even though I didn't really realize that until I got older.
I felt very lost. My struggle with pornography and masturbation that never quite seemed to go away.
I didn't do well academically compared to my peers, so I had a bit of physical abuse and all that.
It's been very, very challenging to understand and then have nobody to talk to about it with.
My dad cheating on my mom, he made it normal in a way and would even tell me, hey, this is what men do.
There's such a deficit in knowing what it looks like to be a sexually mature adult. No one talks about it.
With porn, it felt awful. I felt shameful all the time and weighed down and felt trapped, really.
So I was always kind of left alone at home to fend for myself, and I thought that was kind of normal.
I'd been wrestling with these issues, the struggle of pornography, for as long as I can remember.
It was revealing a lot of secrets that I was holding on to, secrets that my body was screaming at me, and I wasn't listening because all I saw was the pornography.
If this does not change, we will either have to push back the wedding or we will not be able to get married.
So I would go get the iPad and I would stay up all night and I would look at porn and I would feel so guilty in the morning. But it was so hard for me to stop, and I would just use that frustration and anger, and I would take that frustration and anger and I would literally take a hammer to the iPad and break it.
They started to change when I joined Husband Material because it taught me to reach into those recesses that still affect each one of us from our growing up here, our teenage years, and so if you know anything about psychology, a lot of the things that we do now are because of our childhood or teenage years, and so
I found something a lot better than porn. I found something a lot more enjoyable, something that I'm passionate in.
I honestly just feel like a completely new person. The confidence, the peace of mind that gives you, you really can't describe it.
The behavior has stopped, and I'm able to now move forward with other goals.
I don't feel as tempted to go back. The feeling of shame and guilt have melted away.
I learned how to get out of moments when I shut down.
I found a freedom that I'd never experienced anywhere else.
I felt heard, and I felt like there was a space to wrestle with this. And I'd never had that space before.
They didn't shame me for it, or they didn't dismiss me, but they were like, yeah, we're all in the same boat. Let's work on this together.
I now have time every morning to spend with God. That's my healthy time.
I'm filled with so much hope and peace.
Being porn free, I'm able to take care of myself a lot better. And I'm currently, seeking out a good relationship, and I definitely feel like I'm not being led by lust.
I have been free for over 4.5 or coming on 5 years of sexual freedom.
I'm not just someone who struggles with pornography or addictions. I'm more than that.